What is up, ladies and germs? Welcome back for another video. Today we are audioing our We Draft Paper video because the audio didn't work in the last one. So I'm gonna reshoot this. But we are at our F&M Spanky's Card Shop in Kansas City. Boom, boom. And we are actually, as a group collectively, we chose not to draft Spider-Man. We went to Tarkir Dragonstorm. So very exciting there because less interested in the Spider-Man set, more interested in drafting something else. And this was a super fun set, and kind of collectively kind of came together and said, hey, let's not do that and draft something else. So we kind of came together. Pack one, pick one. I took the Dragonologist. Feeling good about that. Sig Appraisers. A nice little spot to be. I also have this land. Rally the monasteries. Also pretty good as well. This deck was pretty sweet. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think what I should have took the land or the Sig Appraiser, but I shouldn't say that because Rally the Monastery ended up being a good piece to this deck. When it comes to Tarkir Dragonstorm, I'm just gonna stuff colors. The fixing's good enough, and it doesn't matter what I do. I'm just going to pick good cards, kind of follow my rule of just, hey, let's just pick good cards. And but this pack was pretty fine. Second pick, like a lot of good options. Uncommon slots were pretty good, but we took the Rally the Monastery, so feeling good. I don't mind like a Azorius start in any capacity. Sidisi, not really into like this card. I feel like it's too slow and very like it costs too much of what I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm looking at Molten Exhale here. I feel like it's an easy pick. Getting some early interaction with these multicolored decks, like you're looking for that really cheap removal, and the exhales and all the colors kind of provide some of that. It's kind of it brought a lot of success for this deck too. But yeah, get my first look at a dragon here. Like when I'm drafting this set, I'm looking for the dragon globes and really good fixing and just stuffing. Like since I hadn't drafted this set in paper in quite a while, I was just like, well, let's just stay open, take good cards, and go from there. I don't mind monuments, especially at this point of the draft. There were some cards that I needed to reread and make sure that I'm remembering like what they do. But I know the dragon archetype was super fun when I was in it, and I basically forced it every time, and it worked out. So easy Sagu Wildling for me here. Monument's pretty great in Jeskai colors, so we'll see if something like that comes back. Pretty good enchantment coming by a little late here, and a Sagu Wildling and a land. I'm interested in all three of those. The Sagu Dragon's really, really good, but I think this card actually puts me a little over top. I'm already in green and blue at this point. Understanding I still have the Rally the Monastery, but yeah, I think this is good spot to take a kind of a late running good rare. It makes 2/5/5s, or yeah, it makes 2/5/5s, then doubles the power of my creatures and power and toughness, so pretty good. This pack, kind of bad. The Channel Fire, Dragonfire, and then the Sarkhan's Resolve. Sarkhan's Resolve is actually, I give it a little bit more credit than it deserves, or I didn't give it as much credit as it deserves, as it's combat tricks slash removal. Like, it's really good. Some of the biggest threats in this set are flyers, being a dragon based set. So yeah, if you guys like what we do here, please like, comment, and subscribe. This TV series is what I love to do. I love the card, the grappler, but I think I got to take the Boulder Born Dragon, because if I pick up any of those O3s, fetch a Boulder Born or Orb, like, which is something that I love to do in this set, then I'm going to be very happy with that pick. Also, considering the lands, I considered lands very highly in this set, but I think just getting another dragon, get my third dragon cycled in, is going to be pretty good, and it's colorless. The attack ability to be able to surveil is also really, really strong. Yes, understated as a 3/3 vigilance for 5 mana, vigilance flying for 5 mana, but yeah, Vanguard's also really, really good. Yeah, if you guys like this channel, please give all the stuff. I appreciate it as far as the attention and stuff. Please subscribe too. I'm trying to build this channel in a way that's going to provide success for us, and so I can share more of limited and my love for limited, and hopefully to share that with everyone with the same sentiment, for sure. Yeah. So picking up a little, I think that was a Teamer Tawny back or something like that. Pretty good pick. Because I'm feeling very Teamer-y, especially after picking up that that in Saga. Nothing really here for me. I mean, I think I'm taking the Brushmaster just for the sake of, like, if I need that kind of power. I mean, the card is pretty good. Very mana intensive, and I'm not quite there on fixing yet. But I know I have a Sagu Wildling. I have some options to kind of roll with. Yeah, this is the 15th episode of We Draft Paper. My favorite thing to do on this channel is to provide live, drafting and discussion and all those things. So yeah, we also will have some gameplay as we get linked up with Lawson once again. Going over some of my cards here, seeing what we got. I picked up that Botanist, which is a really good 2-drop. That's gonna smooth out a lot of my draws as well. So just kind of green based at this point. Green, blue are the colors that I'm looking to do, and we get an orb. I'm basically outside of a bomb, which we don't quite get. Orb is great. Take an orb over most things. So passing the Simic Dragon as well. It's like, I don't think it's coming back. I think this was a 11-person pod too, so very heavy here. And boom, we get another orb. Also still passing some dragons, passing some Molten Exhale. The Sniper is what I'm hoping that wheels. I think it's a good card to keep us alive while we try to kind of go big and do those big things. But yeah, I'm feeling really good about this start, especially going into the second pack. So now I'm full on. I can play any colors. Got 2 orbs. I don't think I picked up any lands. Unless there was a late land that I may have picked up, a dual land of some sort. So I am prioritizing fixing and good cards. Like, be able to stuff a little bit about anything. There are cool thing about this set, like, there's cards that are just good by itself, and it's super important to identify when those sets are like this, because yes, it's a simpleton way of saying it, right? Just, well, yeah, I'm going to just draft good cards, but there's a lot of things to consider. But when you have free range to draft anything that you want, so I pick up I don't think this pick was right. I pick up the is it deal 3, draw a card, spell? I ended up not playing it, I'm pretty sure. But it was... I think there was some better action to be made out of that pack, especially so early. I mean, the card is fine, and it is good in the Jeskai archetype with flurry things and going on. But we get an Island Dragon here. So the Durgar Island Dragon's really good in this spot. Also see the Teamer Sorcery spell, make some 5/5s. Rite of Renewal's actually really good too for some redundancy. But no, we got to get our dragon count up, and can't miss those dragons whenever you can. This archetype is a lot of fun. I did this so much. So I'm looking for Dragonstorms of any of the colors, really. I'll play any of them. Doesn't matter. And then I think the red one was the worst, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, don't even remember what it does. But at any rate, looking for that, looking for fixing. Monuments, which is also forms of fixing here. And one for Teamer is actually a really important pickup, so I can make sure I get my base colors down and taken care of. Not feeling too bad. It's a good spot to be in when you know you could just take any card. Like, nothing's worse. Yeah, we got to prioritize lands. Got to get there. I think I had about 6 bits of fixing in this deck. Like, or dually, tri-only, like, lands. I think I had a Terramorphic Expanse. Here or there, I may have 2. But, yeah. So far, so good. But yeah, the set was super fun, and I'm really glad that we pivoted to this. I think there's a world where I need to take the duel, but no, I think I take the breaker. So I'm also thinking about my curve, like understanding I'm not going to be able to. I don't think this was the correct pick because my deck is not aggressive. My deck just wants to hang out and get big mana, and then just start dropping dragons, getting some benefit off some Dragonstorms. That's all this deck wants to do. Rakshas's Bargain's pretty good. The 4/3 Menace Vigilant card's pretty decent as well. But yeah, some card selection's really good. I did pick up a Focus the Mind in the first pack, so I do have multiple options for that. I do not mind these Sentinels in a deck like this. It just something early to kind of like soak up some damage, and also it gets your fixing made right. So, and for the first time ever, that card's text reads that if you play it, you actually, instead of put the land on top, you put it into the battlefield tapped if you have a dragon in play. So, and I actually almost screwed that up and put it in my hand. I'm like, oh no, I get to play it out. The Blue Exhale is a great pickup here. I need some cheap interactions and things to do. But yeah, good pickups. I think I got my Boulder Born Dragon there. Pack 3, I just kind of get fed. Like, I get taken care of. Good, I want to say fed. It was probably just more so just well taken care of. All right. Sifting through between packs. I mean, sometimes I'll pick up my pack and kind of look and get like creature counts and check out my curve real quick. But like in a more competitive setting, they're not going to, you won't be able to look at your things. And I like to try to practice that when I can. but the only time you can look is in between matches, or I mean packs. And yeah. So we get a Durgar Island dragon here, but what we opened is Dragonback Assault. Perfect thing. Win condition, all the things. I won a lot of games tonight just off that card. It was really, really good. For the night, I did go 2-1. I did lose to a Mardu aggro deck that had like 10 bits of removal in it. Like, the deck was really, really good. This pick, I wasn't excited about this pack, I'm not going to lie. There is some flurry things I can get going on, but I think the Sultai Devotee was actually the right pick here. If I'm looking for cheap things to A, just fix mana, B, and then we get a Dragonstorm here, and probably my favorite Dragonstorm out of the bunch, but we also get a dragon here. So I have dragons. I have some dragons. And I have a Dragonback Assault that makes more dragons so that can trigger any of the Dragonstorms. But having the white Dragonstorm is more important than taking another, though really good, dragon in the Simic Dragon, because it puts counters on things and it has flash and makes other dragons have flash as well. And but it's important to get a bigger payoff when you already have pieces to like your archetype. Like my archetype is dragons. I already have like 4 dragons or so, maybe 5 dragons. So I'm like, okay, so like I need to prioritize like some better win conditions instead of slamming dragons. Gotta do a little bit better than that. We get a Sibsig Appraiser here, good spot to take it. Good card advantage. This deck did have some really good natural card advantage. My full 4th 3-drop slot, every one of the cards had I had 2 Sibsig Appraisers. No, I had 1 Sibsig Appraiser, 1 Dragonologist, and 2 of the Temur Tawnybacks, which all draw a card, and 2 of them fetch even deeper to draw that card. So, like, those are great place to be. So, like, I'm perfect curve out. You got another Dragonstorm pickup here. So now I have 2 Dragonstorms. I have the black one and the white one. This one drains for 2. And like I've drafted decks where that's the win condition. And it's awesome. It is really, really sweet. But yeah. So now I have a couple ways to win outside of the Dragonback Assault. And then the Dragonback Assault is just great with all the pieces there. Super, super good. This is the perfect deck for that. Opt to take a land over the Serpent or the Familiar, whatever Familiar. No, I didn't. I did take it. I didn't end up playing it, that's for sure. Here you got another Tawnyback, which is really good. Pack Beast isn't a bad choice neither, but Tawnyback's kind of more what I'm doing. Like, you kind of have to deal with it as a 4/3 body for 3 mana, like, and draw and loots. So, like, you have to figure that one out. Like, you just, it's not just going to sit there, tread lightly. Get a little Devotee, but I opt to take the Dispelling Exile. Love this card in this set. I think especially in a dragon archetype deck, having a couple of those is super nice. That's like a lot of the time, a lot of my turn 2s was just holding up that to slow them up a little bit. And here's a third one. So I'm like, all right, if we're leaning into the bit, let's lean into the bit. Yeah, we do have some gameplay. I think I mentioned earlier, but we're going to get to play Lawson again. Always a valiant opponent. And yeah, they were good games. A late, was that a Dragonclaw Strike, which is good in my colors. But I think I'm taking lands. Gotta smooth out these the fixing here and get a Sultai Monument here. So yeah, we're done. We're kind of just filling out some playables. Cuts were actually quite hard because like I have counter magic and then I'm focusing on like my interaction, but like I ended up having to cut like a couple 2-drop creatures, which is always scary. But this is the deck. Yeah, just really good. I had a third Dispelling XL in the side and brought that in on the matches that it was good. But yeah, we're just only 5 dragons plus a Dragonback Assault. And now, feature match with Lawson Help Me. It's just funny. Like every time we play, I just post up the tripod. Like we're recording, dude. Like he's the only one that I just like force it on because it's just fun. And yeah, and this playmat is actually the best playmat ever. Plays a little 1/1 that mills and brings a land back. If not, it puts a 1/1 counter on it. So I'm happy that he doesn't get a land off it. 2/2 I'm not worried about at much of any capacity at this point. Because I think I play a Sentinel here. Yep, getting my Simic lands going, feeling solid about my first bit of colors. I think I do. Will I get a swamp maybe? It's me showing the Dragonback Assault was on the top, and I do, in fact, seek out a swamp and put the swamp on top. Making sure smoothing out my draws and all those things. I think I have an orb in hand. This is always a scary turn when I'm tapped out. As you can see, we had the ongoing joke that he just, whenever he has like silly attacks, like just like that one, he was just offering the trade. He's not getting much out of that 2/2 at this point anyways. And I'm not getting much out of my Sentinel. I'd just rather not be, gotta soak up damage. And not at this point, not gonna give him free damage. But I always play it as though like he has combat tricks. I'm like, if you got it, you got it. And this was a really good, well, not a really good, but a solid Dispelling Exhale. Countering his 4-drop to get, but it does have Renew, so it can be cast from the graveyard to give counters. And I think a reach and trample counter, I believe. At least reach. That was relevant. Then I get my Dragonstorm down, so I'm feeling more so ahead. I love my Kamigawa lands. They are in my draft kit, and they will always be in my draft kit. I'm like super like mid on like full art lands, but those are the goated lands. I just love how they look. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty was an awesome set, and I truly enjoyed just drafting the hell out of it. And look at this. So I'm just talking smack, and I'm flexing proper Wooburg as I try to put it in the right order. Almost natural Wooburg. I did have to search for the swamp. So once you get natural Wooburg meaning one of each and every color, you kind of feel unstoppable. So I orb and then I Sig Appraiser, feeling good. He did wipe my creatures out with his black rare dragon. That minus X to all creatures, and like that's fine. I'm going to continue to get more value off my Dragonstorm, so like he, instead of playing a 4/4 dragon with, and I mean, I don't know how much I agree with him, but this is the Regent, the green dragon Regent, and he's actually going for lands. I think the right play is to play it as a creature and go the life gain route, if anything. Because I don't have dragons yet. I'm not to that point. I'm still just kind of setting up and trying to get a little bit ahead. But as you can see, since I'm continuing to keep tapping out, except for the one turn I counterspelled, it's important to know that like he needs to take advantage of his situation is how I would have played it. You can always play it any way you want to, but I think I would have been more slamming those dragons because he just basically used the Omen ability on 2 of his rare dragons, like which 4/4 flyer on the black dragon and a 4/5 gain life, 3 life every time you cast a dragon or whatever. Like it's super good, and it's just a 4/5 flyer, which you're beating me in this race. Yes, my mana is getting bigger, and now I have 2 globes. Getting a little damage here with the Sig. Just the card's great, especially when you get to attack with it freely. It can act more like a creature. So playing a monument, just continuing to get out all these lands as I can. But the monuments in games like this, because his start wasn't fast at all. Like, he gave me my time that I needed to set up and kind of just get super amounts of value. Like, hitting all my land drops, hitting my card advantage turns with my Sig appraisers, and all those things. I hate that I did this. I stacked all my lands on top of each other when I had a globe in there as well, which I think was, I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but I think that's just rude play. And because I'm hiding one of my permanents that they can destroy if they ever wanted to. And yeah, it's just not good practice. So feeling fine. He even ramped. He used some of his best creatures to ramp and, or like do a mini board wipe and ramp. And now he has no creatures in play. So this is more so what I'm meaning by like, yeah, let's get some board presence. Yeah, you have all the lands, but what are you doing? You know? Not saying he was right or wrong, because who knows how those games would have played out, but hitting Dragonologist feels really good. I'm able to, it looks like I hit a fail to find, but that's fine. No instants, no sorceries, no dragons, which is crazy because my deck is full of them. Sig Appraisers going the distance. Once again, I'm stacking like a disrespectful fiend. At least I put my orb on top. Or globe, I keep calling it orb. So he kills the Dragonologist. It's completely fine by me. I didn't quite get its value, but it did soak up a removal spell, so... We have good banter in our games, but they're super relaxed. That's what I love playing Lawson about. Like, I love a sweat a game just as much as the next person, but I also just like to, you know, have an enjoyable opponent to play against, and that's where some of the best memories of me playing Magic come from. Just like some wild games, but like doesn't matter who wins or loses. It was like the actual fun experience with the whole bit. So Molten Exhale, it does have Ward Pay to Life, easy enough for me, and he has Snakeskin Veil. I respond with Rally the Monastery, so not a great exchange for me, but he was obviously struggling on playing creatures with a lot of Dragos. And then I'm like, well, I'm just going to take care of it and just continue to keep getting in because I was able to replay my Dragonstorm, the white Dragonstorm, and now I'm hitting for 6 every turn. So even if he does play something, I'm able to kind of keep swinging because all my creatures are very disposable. So this is Rite of Renewal. He's going to bring back his dragon. He's going to shuffle 4, or his dragon and his 4/4, which I do think he needs to play his dragon here. But he chooses to play the 4/4 instead. And he shuffles some of his spells back into his hand. We had a nice little chuckle of him putting his all of his combat tricks and snakeskin veils back in his deck because he always trolls me on them. But yeah. We're still doing the thing. We got all the mana in the world. If I play any dragon, it's going to come in with 2+1/+1 counters on it, which honestly makes the Boulderborn dragons really, really good. I think my draw, yep, as we hit it, comes in with counters. I'm looking at, and I'm just going to replay this. And at this point, since I'm able to play the teaming Dragonstorm, like we're just getting in. Like we're wide at this point. I just made 2 more 2/2s. Hit him down to 7. He blocks 1. And my Boulderborn Dragon still outsizes his 4/4 dragon. And the effect on that card on his dragon removes counters from target creature. So I'm like, that's fine. So like attacking all out, what that does is still allows 4 damage to get through. So if I'm able to affect the board in any capacity, like we're just good. So I opt to get my Surveil trigger, and I put the botanist away. So there is probably an argument to not, but like just to be another body to kind of continue to go wide. But it's so bad if he just gets on the board at any card. But this provides lethal. Then we get there. Oh yeah, top card's the Teamer Saga. A few 5/5s, make some ruckus. But that was a quite commanding game that we had. That's what I love. Like if you give this deck like time, like it's going to do just great. And the cheap interactions just kind of get you there. It's so weird. The dragon deck, when the set first came out, like that dragon deck was so sweet. People realized how good the orbs were, and then it just made everything so much beefier. And then like it being such a color taxing deck or set, like them as mana rocks was very relevant too. Like the color intensiveness of it all, like yeah. So it's as you like you kind of see like when I drafted this deck, like I had 2 orbs and like hardly any lands, if any, and I already knew my fixing was busted. So when you lean into that and you do end up taking some lands here and there, like you just end up with a really good deck. It's just nice not having to worry about picking up bad cards. Because I am in all colors. He's showing me his hand. I think it's a 1-lander. Showing the camera his hand. He's not so nice to just be able to let me see his hand. Him and his gain lands, he's always winning. We were making jokes about his playmat, and he was like, well, if I cover up the F, it just says King Nerd. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I love it. This embodies us. Turn 2 Botanist is really good, especially if I'm able to swing with anything. But no, he Caustic exhales it right away, which is probably a good choice on his part. Hit my Teamer lands. Toss an orb. Globe. 4-drop. Says yikes. I think I have a Molten Exhale here. Like best would be like Molten Exhale plus Sacred Praiser. Well, we play our Sultai Monument. I think we get black here. Yep. So not too much going on, but yep. Get Molten Exhale and a Monument's still not a bad turn. Fixing our mana, taking care of his board. At the rate he was playing creatures, it felt like he only had like 12 creatures. I mean, he may have more, and so this is him doing it again to where he's playing the green regent as a ramp spell instead of a creature. I have nothing going on. I am on the back foot. I'm on the back foot the whole time if he chooses to play this as a creature. I mean, yeah, I think I have more inevitability, but I think he knows I have the Dragonback Assault in my deck, and I think that kind of showed some intimidation towards him. Maybe playing around it a little bit. And I want you to look at that. Natural Wooburg again. So this feels pretty good because we kind of close up this pretty quickly. Getting the Durgar Island Dragon out here with a counter on it. I actually tapped wrong. I should have tapped one more mana. Luckily not really affecting anything, except for the fact that it makes it look like I'm a cheater or just a bad player. So yeah, he's getting on the board here. Simple trades here. I just feel like I have creature advantage, so Boulderborn Dragon. If I could just kind of land some of these attacks for some nice surveils, I feel like it's going to go a long way. And he says, land go. And I'm like, oh yeah. That is, I think, a Sentinel. No, it's not. But I played my big dragon. So, oh yeah, it is a Sentinel. And I choose fail to find. Even though, like, oh, I get to put it in the battlefield tapped since I have a dragon out. I have multiple dragons out. This is great. So, Lawson was kind enough to let me continue to do the thing. And he's obviously not drawing a whole lot here. I have a lot of power about to come through. But I will say this deck was a lot of fun. Ended up going 2-1. Felt happy with that. Lost to aggro, which is going to happen in a deck like this. Probably could have used a couple more bits of cheap removal, but that's going to be it. I think I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching this video. As stated earlier, this is my favorite TV series to provide for you guys, so I can share some limited love with you all. And if you guys have suggestions for this TV series, please let me know. This is our 15th episode, and I'm looking to keep it going as long as I can. And I do appreciate you all hanging out. But let's just close this out. It's my favorite thing to do, to rub it in, just place all my lands out one at a time. It's kind of like my rub. Like, yeah, we're feeling good. We're feeling it. Make a couple 2/2s off the 2/2 zombies off the Sultai Monument. Seems pretty good. He exhales. He still takes 6, 7, I think. Oh, 10. And I drew the dragon back assaulted for the extra measures, and yeah, he's out. He's done. Once again, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any support's great, especially in a time like this where, you know, we're not in the middle of a great set with Spider-Man, but we're still trying to have fun and do some cool things out there. So I do appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.